I sighed, but complied. I rounded up the kid and drove home. I felt a deep sense of unease that grew more intense the closer I got to home. "You're afraid of an old man mowing the lawn?" I chid myself. It didn't work, because my instinctive answer was, yes. I turned onto my street and prayed that Mr. Limsky would be done mowing the lawn by now. He'd tell us it was just a practical joke and we'd all have a good laugh over it. But soon enough, I saw that wasn't going to happen. As I pulled into my driveway, I saw that he was still out there. I thought I saw a streak of brown running down his leg, but it was hard to tell for sure because he was going around under the shade of his ancient apple tree. I walked inside and Vanessa was at the kitchen table with bags under her eyes and a glass of wine in front of her. "Please make it stop," she said. "I don't know how to do that," I said, suddenly feeling very tired and in need of a drink myself. "Call the police," she said. "Why don't you?" I asked. "Fine," she said. "It's just that I do everything else around here, so I thought maybe you could help this one time." I held my tongue. I did plenty around there, but I knew that now wasn't the time to point that out. "Okay," I said. "I'll call the police." "How has he not run out of gas by now, anyway?" "I've been watching him," said Vanessa. "He's got a can of gas in his driveway. Sometimes he grabs it when he passes by and gasses up while still pushing the mower. It's crazy. Please call the police." All right, I said. I looked up the number and proceeded to have one of the most awkward phone conversations of my life. It was 10 minutes with the receptionist, and then another 10 minutes with an officer. Finally, they agreed to come over and check it out. 15 minutes later, I watched out the window as the cop car pulled into Mr. Limsky's driveway. A single cop got out and walked over to Mr. Limsky. The cop was waving his hands and shouting, but it was no good. Then the cop grabbed Mr. Limsky's shoulder and spun him around forcefully. This caused Mr. Limsky to finally let go of the throttle, and for the first time all day, the lawn mower stopped moving. It was still running though, because he had taped its safety shutoff down. I held my breath as I waited to see what would happen next. Mr. Limsky opened his mouth, and something emerged from it. It looked like a long, thin tentacle. The tentacle wrapped itself around the cop's neck, and lifted him up into the air. Then a second tentacle emerged from Mr. Limsky's mouth, and made its way down the cop's throat. I slammed the curtains shut and noticed that I too, like Mr. Limsky earlier, had wet myself. "What's going on out there?" asked Vanessa from the kitchen. "Did the police arrive?" I didn't have a good answer, so I didn't say anything. "Honey," said Vanessa, walking over. "Are you okay?"